Dear friends, today we will explore a very relevant theme that deeply affects the lives of many in a society as competitive as it is demanding: the weight of perfection. We will discover how to overcome it to live freely, without being limited by the pursuit of perfection. In our culture that idolizes perfection, anything less than perfect is seen as a failure. However, the Stoic philosophers, wise masters from Greece and Rome, offer us a profoundly liberating antidote. They did not worship perfection but accepted the inherent imperfection of the human condition, finding strength, serenity, and authentic excellence. The Stoic emperor Marcus Aurelius reminded us that the universe is constantly changing and that our life is the result of our thoughts. Our mindset, and not external circumstances, determines whether we succumb to the tyrant of perfectionism or learn to thrive despite its obstacles. In this video, we will explore timeless teachings from Stoic luminaries such as Seneca, Epictetus, and Musonius Rufus, who will guide us in reformulating our relationship with imperfection, not as a weakness to overcome, but as an opportunity for growth and fulfillment. Perfectionism, that incessant pursuit of an unattainable ideal, deeply permeates our contemporary lives. At its core, perfectionism represents a persistent challenge, a pressure we feel in having to meet exceedingly high standards, often beyond our actual capabilities. This impulse can manifest in various areas of life, from the impeccable work we deliver, to the appearance we maintain, to the management of our homes and personal relationships. The phenomenon of perfectionism is not new, but its presence is heightened in the digital age. With the advent of social media, we are constantly bombarded with images of success and achievements that seem not only desirable, but necessary. Perfectly curated photos and seemingly effortless success stories fuel a sense of inadequacy and a burning desire to match or surpass these standards. But what do the Stoics really teach us about this front? They show us that perfectionism is not only impractical, it is also a misguided path to happiness. Our obsession with perfection distracts us from accepting the reality of our inherently imperfect and ever-changing human nature. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that true peace comes from accepting the world as it is, not as we would like it to be. Moreover, this relentless pursuit of perfection can lead to harmful consequences such as anxiety, depression, and loss of self-esteem. We become harsh critics of ourselves, punishing ourselves for every minor error or imperfection. It is here that Stoic teachings offer a refuge, a way out that values self-acceptance and personal growth over the conquest of an unattainable ideal. Understanding perfectionism and its traps is the first step in freeing ourselves from its weight. Only by recognizing and accepting our imperfect nature can we hope to find serenity and contentment in our daily lives. This understanding is essential for embarking on a journey of true improvement and contentment, guided by the wisdom of the Stoic masters. At the heart of Stoic philosophy is a deep acceptance of human imperfections. Seneca, one of the greatest exponents of Stoic thought, left us a fundamental teaching when he stated that he began to make progress only when he started to be a friend to himself. This radical self-acceptance is essential to free ourselves from the destructive cycle of perfectionism. Consider the severity with which we often judge ourselves. We are impatient and critical towards our shortcomings, while we tend to be more understanding towards others. This double standard reveals an important truth. Excessive self-criticism amplifies our pain and hinders our ability to fully enjoy life. The Stoics teach us to view these imperfections not as failures, but as opportunities for growth and learning. The real question, then, is not whether we make mistakes, but how we respond to these mistakes. This is the key to transforming our relationship with imperfection. Self-acceptance allows us to face life with serenity and to pursue our goals with a renewed sense of purpose, free from unrealistic expectations. A Stoic practice we can adopt is to ask ourselves how we would treat a friend in a similar situation. Often we will discover that we are much harder on ourselves than we would be on others. This exercise in self-reflection can be enlightening and can help us cultivate greater kindness towards ourselves. Through Stoic acceptance of imperfection, we learn that every misstep, every flaw, can become an opportunity to demonstrate resilience and adaptability. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that it is not the events themselves that disturb people, but the opinions they have of these events. This perspective invites us to reflect and act wisely, rather than react impulsively to our perceived imperfections. With this understanding, we can begin to see imperfection not as a barrier to success, but as a necessary passage towards greater personal integrity and authenticity. In this way, by accepting and embracing our imperfections, we can truly free ourselves from the weight of perfectionism and live a fuller and more satisfying life. In life, we often face situations that challenge our quest for perfection, highlighting our limitations. However, the Stoic masters teach us that the secret to overcoming perfectionism does not lie in eliminating these imperfections, but in focusing our energy on what is actually under our control. Marcus Aurelius, with his imperial wisdom, reminds us that we have the power to govern our minds, but not external events. This distinction is crucial for freeing ourselves from the trap of perfectionism. If we focus on our reactions, rather than on the events themselves, we can maintain serenity even in the face of the most difficult challenges. In the modern context, this can translate into making conscious decisions about how we respond to daily pressures. Instead of letting the fear of error paralyze us, we can choose to see every situation as an opportunity to practice resilience and personal improvement. For example, rather than agonizing over a non-perfect presentation at work, we can evaluate what we learned from the experience and how we can improve next time. The Stoic approach invites us to reflect on our experiences with an open and flexible mind, accepting that not everything is in our hands. By adopting this mindset, not only do we reduce the stress and anxiety linked to the desire for perfection, but we also find greater satisfaction in our daily achievements. This focus on what we can control does not eliminate challenges or difficulties, but allows us to face them with a new perspective, one that values courage and personal growth above the relentless pursuit of perfection. Let us remember, then, that at the heart of the Stoic doctrine is the ability to discern between what is and what is not under our direct control, a fundamental principle for anyone wishing to overcome perfectionism and live with greater serenity. Another lesson that Stoic philosophers transmit to us is the importance of valuing the journey rather than focusing exclusively on the result. In our incessant quest for perfection, it is easy to lose sight of the value of the path we undertake to achieve our goals. This can lead to neglecting the lessons learned along the way and failing to appreciate the small successes that dot our journey towards personal improvement. Marcus Aurelius, in his relentless commitment to self-improvement, exhorted us to live each action as if it were the last of our lives. This does not mean operating with a constant anxiety of perfectionism, but rather with an intense awareness and dedication towards every moment and every task. This perspective invites us to place greater attention and care in each step, valuing every experience as unique and unrepeatable, not just as a means to an end. For example, if we are working on a complex project, instead of focusing solely on the final output, we can derive value from learning new skills, improving our problem-solving abilities, and collaborating with others. This approach transforms our way of experiencing work and daily efforts, encouraging us to find satisfaction in moments of growth and discovery, rather than in the illusion of a definitive and immaculate success. Incorporating this philosophy into our daily lives allows us to loosen the grip of perfectionism. Accepting that true learning and true progress occur through a series of attempts, errors, and minor successes, we can free ourselves from the pressure of always having to meet unattainable standards. This leads us to live more fully, appreciating every moment of our journey, regardless of its outcome. Embracing the journey more than the result is a key to a richer and more satisfying life, allowing us to celebrate every step of our path, with its imperfections and teachings, thus contributing to a deeper self-acceptance and resilience. The Stoic philosophers teach us that true self-improvement is not based on the pursuit of unattainable perfection, but on a process of continuous evolution and acceptance of our imperfections. Personal growth, according to Stoicism, is achieved through constant and conscious effort, not through leaps towards unrealistic goals. By adopting this mindset, we can live a more authentic and fulfilling life. Let us conclude our journey by reflecting on how, by embracing the lessons of the Stoics, we can free ourselves from the chains of perfectionism and live with authenticity. I invite each of you to value the small steps, to accept imperfections, and to celebrate every day as an opportunity to grow and appreciate life in its inherently imperfect beauty. If this video has been helpful and you wish to continue exploring with us the profound lessons of Stoic philosophy, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and activate the bell so you do not miss upcoming content. Share this video with those who might benefit from these teachings and leave us a comment below. Thank you for following us and see you soon with new insights and reflections.